In this episode, I want to talk about magnetic feminine energy, but it's not the kind that's forced or curated for social media, not the version of feminine energy that's all flowy dresses and goddess aesthetics, though they are both very beautiful renditions of feminine energy. I'm talking about the kind of energy that is felt before you ever enter a room. The kind of presence that draws in exactly what's meant for you, not because you're chasing it, but because you've become the version of you who no longer needs to. This is the work, this is the shift, and this is what most women were never taught. That power doesn't come from how much you can hold, it comes from how deeply you can soften and feel safe in that power. So let's be honest. Many of us have been living in our masculine survival mode for years because we are in a society that is skewed to the masculine. We've been praised for our productivity, our resilience, our independence, and those things are beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but they are not the source of our magnetism as women, as feminine creatures. Your magnetism begins the moment you stop performing and start embodying. It begins when you remember that you are not here to be useful. You are here to be powerful, present, felt. And I want to talk about a few beliefs and a few statements and affirmations that are in the EFT Tapping Script that is a passenger to this episode in this session. So make sure you check that out beforehand if you haven't, afterwards, if you haven't checked it out beforehand. So one of the beliefs I want to touch on is the belief that your worth is tied to productivity. That one is keeping your feminine energy buried beneath burnout because we think slowing down means we'll fall behind or we'll fail. We think resting will make us irrelevant. But the truth is, when you're in your feminine energy, your stillness is your strategy. Your calm is your currency. And for a lot of us, it hasn't always felt safe to soften, to be seen in our emotion, our desire, our sensuality. We've learnt to protect ourselves by being hyper aware, hyper independent, and hyper capable. But here's the truth: feminine energy isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's not passive, it's potent and powerful, and it doesn't beg, it magnetizes. And another huge belief is that uh, safety in slowing down and being present will take us out of who we truly are, or it will take us out of our hustle flow. But slowing down means being present. It means being in your body, being receptive, not resistant to what you actually want. Because remember, the feminine doesn't chase. She attracts, she allows, she surrenders. And surrender is not weakness. And it's not because she's playing a game. It's because she's walking in her worth. Okay? There's a moment in every woman's journey when she stops asking, how do I get what I want? And instead asks, who do I have to become to naturally receive it? If you haven't got to that point yet, I'm going to streamline you there right now because that's where the magnetism begins. It's in the softness of your presence, your gaze, the slowness of your breath, the trust that you have in your stillness, and the way your energy says, I know who I am. I don't need to prove it. I don't need to prove it. I don't need to overextend myself. I don't need to over-explain myself. I am who I am. I know who I am, and it is what it is. That's it. How many times have you over-explained yourself, maybe because you are in a male-dominated workplace, or just in a male-dominated household or space, or you feel like you have to constantly catch up on things or be something ahead of where you are because you feel like you're not anywhere significant or you're not good enough? I would hazard a guess that it's happened a lot. It's happened a lot to me. So really trusting that knowing who we are and our stillness is power is foreign, but it is so releasing. It's so easy. It's so effortless because it's us surrendering and sinking into that feminine power that we've always had. One of the prompts that is in the tapping script is my presence speaks before I say a word. And I want to talk about that point for a minute, because real magnetism isn't about being louder. Again, it's about not overextending yourself. It's just about being clearer, being more grounded, more certain, more attuned to your own frequency than to anyone else's expectations, opinions, beliefs about you. Your relationship with receiving is directly connected to your relationship with your feminine energy. So many people are available to give, but completely unavailable to receive, because receiving requires trust in yourself, trust in your boundaries, trust that you don't have to over-explain or overextend to be worthy of love, success, or support. And trust that receiving means that you've received it. You've allowed that in, and that's it. I think a lot of women believe that if we receive, there's going to be another expectation from that person, or whatever it is, to give more because we've received a little bit, because we've been so overextended in our giving nature. But part of the EFT tapping script and part of this video is teaching you to release resistance to receiving. I want you to repeat that with me, actually. I release resistance to receiving. I release resistance to receiving. Let it land. Pause this video if you have to, because the moment that you truly believe that, everything changes. All right, that's the shift. And it isn't about necessarily becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you were before the world told you to shrink, shut down, harden up, be this, be that. It's about becoming the version of you who leads with her energy, not her effort, trusts her intuition more than her fear, and embodies her worth instead of explaining it. And lastly, you don't have to perform softness. You are softness innately, and softness is not the absence of power. It's the presence of true power. So let this be your reminder. You are not here to beg, prove, chase, or fix. You are here to receive, to radiate, and to return to your center. Because magnetism isn't something that you fake, it's something that you remember. And you just did it. You just remembered it. So if this is resonating with you, let me know in the comments or wherever you're watching. I'm reclaiming my feminine energy. Don't forget to check out the EFT tapping episode if you haven't, on magnetizing your feminine energy. Please like this episode, this session, subscribe, leave me a review, and please let me know what topics you would like me to tap on with you to discuss further on down the track. Until then,